greenwoodchevrolet.com.
Good luck, Tigers.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Good evening and welcome to Marlington High School for tonight's Division 6 Region 21 Regional Semifinal matchup between your Springfield Tigers and the Columbia Raiders. I am Anthony Romo, joined by my color commentator Jamie Thompson for tonight's matchup. Jamie, third straight year the Tigers are in the regional semifinals. Last 2 years they made it to the state championship, facing a tough test today in the Columbia Raiders.
I mean, there's no doubt in Romo, Springfield, they just breed success. You know, Bo Brungard been the quarterback for the last, 3 years now, and he's so impressive to watch, even though we do have the wrong quarterback on the starting lineup here tonight. Messed up the sheet, but, I mean, hey, what else can you expect from Bo? He's going to do it. both sides of the football, offense, defense, back-to-back weeks. He's had huge turnovers, had a pick six against Western Reserve, had that big fumble recovery that got the ball around midfield, kind of took all the wind out of Norway's sails last week.
And yeah, on the Columbia side, their quarterback, Andrew Champagne, we've heard that he has one of the stronger arms here in Northeast Ohio. They also have Marco Sirigliano, their running back, only a sophomore, who has put up very good numbers for the Raiders this season. For Columbia, this is their 11th playoff appearance in school history. They hold a 4-10 record in the playoffs. This is actually their first time ever making it to the regional semifinals, if I'm correct, Jamie.
Now, they've been in the regional semifinal before, but that
this
was
is their
during the
first
18.
year winning two
right, back-to-back,
games.
having 2 playoff victories, of course, expanding it to 16 teams in the playoffs. So, I mean, personally, I still wouldn't take that as my second victory win. Until you get to the regional final, that's kind of the bar, It's easy to kind of look at it as like, hey, now we have 2 wins. But no, it's a completely different ball game now. The playoffs look a lot different, Romo. Of course, a lot of the history that kind of used to be, even last year with everybody making the playoffs, a lot of teams marked that down. They're like, hey, that's our first time getting in the postseason. It's like, well was it really? Was it really?
Put the asterisk next to it.
Of course.
And then looking at the tape for Columbia, they come into tonight, record of 11-1. Their lone loss on the season did come against Keystone, where they did lose 34-24. That Keystone team finished the season 9-2. The Raiders are coached by Jason Ward, who's in his 16th season and holds a record of 112 wins and 59 losses. Now looking at the opposite side of the spectrum, the 3 seed New Middletown Springfield Tigers come into today, record of 11-1. This is their 10th or 11th playoff appearance. They have a record of 15-10. Their lone loss came all the way back in week 1 on August 20th. The Tigers lost to South Range by a score of 41-21. That same South Range team is playing tonight in their own regional semifinal match. Springfield, as I said, the last 2 years they did make it to the state championship. Last year they had a heartbreaking loss to Coldwater, 38-35. Coldwater kicked a field goal with no time remaining to win that game out at Massillon. And then the year before, the Tigers faced a juggernaut in Anna, and they ended up losing that game by a score of 48-14. But those games don't matter tonight. It's Springfield. It's Columbia. We're in for a great match.
Right. I mean, I put it out in my pregame tweet realm a little bit earlier in the week. Springfield, they're on 11 straight postseason victories against teams from outside the MAC. Both those state champions that you mentioned, Coldwater and Anna, coming from that powerhouse in the MAC conference. But it's been 11 straight games in the postseason that Springfield has not lost to a team from outside that conference.
And as you said earlier in the broadcast, Bo Brungard, I mean, he really does it all for this team. Bo, this is his 3rd year as the starting quarterback. The first 2 years, he took him to the state championship. This year, main goal is to win that state championship. He has the weapons like Bo Snyder. He also has Jake Joyce and Nick Slyke outside, joined by Shondell Gardner. And he also has Joey Sandine, who can get the ball and can be very shifty with the ball in his hands.
Right, and the question mark coming into the season, Romo, obviously we knew Bo was coming back, and Bo has been the man these last 3 years. He's been the number 1 guy. As soon as he took over that starting job, we knew that Brungard was the best player on the football field, no doubt about it. But he lost a lot of weapons, okay? I mean, first one off the top of the head, go Clay Medvick. Also got Lucas Yema, Ethan Isaacson now gone as well. They had just a plethora of talent, and the question was, how are they going to be able to fill those gaps? And they've done a terrific job with that in Jake Joyce and Shondell Gardner.
And also at the running back position, they still have Bo Snyder this year. But if you remember, they had Austin Tyndall last year.
Right.
They had Clayton Nesbeth as well.
Right.
And Springfield, they've produced some very good athletes in these last few years, and we've seen it on the field. Just a big matchup tonight here at Marlington. Springfield side packed. Columbia side, not as many people here yet, but I'm sure as we get closer to game time, this side will start to fill up more. Marlington High School, great spot to host this regional semifinal matchup. Jamie, you had said on the way here you played a freshman football game here. This is my first time ever being here.
So the funny story around that, Romo, is Marlington still had their grass field, I do believe, when I was a freshman. We came all the way out here. It was the first week of the season, got into the locker room, we were getting dressed, and then boom, coach comes in and says, hey, go ahead, get undressed. There's a storm coming through right now. So we sat there for about 20, 30 minutes, just thunder, lightning, so they canceled the game before we even stepped on the field, packed back onto the buses, and went home. That's my only experience here
not a great
at
experience.
Marlington. No, not at all. And I tell you what, it was It's probably a good thing that we didn't play Marlington. That was, back in those days when the Dukes really were a powerhouse. I know they struggled a little bit in this season. Watch the film against them with New Philadelphia, but that's besides the point. It's a wonderful venue here. We've got two great football teams. And Romo, I sent you that tweet. It was from the Columbia Raiders Twitter page. They decked out the school. The hallways are all lined with green and white. They got the balloons, the streamers, and everything. That's what it's all about. You and I, coming from Hubbard, that D3, D4 powerhouse, we talk about how much of a different atmosphere it is being with this D6, the smaller city, the smaller school. It's just something that you definitely embrace.
We will take a quick break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have game time here from Marlington High School, Division 6, Region 21, regional final action.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, proud Springfield alum and owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck, Tigers.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
And here come the Tigers. Springfield coming into this game 11-1 record. You see Columbia coming across your other side of the screen also with an 11-1 record. 2 versus 3 matchup here. Region 21 regional semifinal action. Anthony Romo joined by Jamie Thompson for tonight's call. It's going to be a great one tonight. Bo Brungard versus Andrew Champagne. Bo Snyder versus Marco Sorigliano. A lot of athletes on this field tonight, Jamie. A lot of players to look out for. We're in for a treat tonight.
No doubt, man. Very exciting. And got the green versus the white here, old school. And you know what? was last season in the regional semifinal that Springfield took on a school with the same exact colors in Mogador. They're in action as well tonight against the LeBray Vikings, and that's a matchup that a lot of people have been looking forwards to. Not LeBray and Mogador, but a possible LeBray and Springfield matchup. But both teams can have a tall task in the men in green.
Yeah, it would be interesting because Springfield, 2 years ago they played Mogador in the regional final. Last year they played Mogador in the regional semi, so they have experience with that team. Springfield and LeBray don't really play too often. I don't even know if they've ever played, Jamie. LeBray, usually a Division 5 school, dropped down to Division 6 this year. So, I mean, that would just be a great matchup for not only this region, but for the Mahoning Valley. That would bring a lot of fans out. It would be a great matchup for sure. Refs out at midfield. We're almost ready for game time. We still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds, it says on the clock for pregame. As I got my mic yanked. Got to make sure we're all plugged in.
Had to stand up. Usually have a cameraman with us tonight. We did not.
But
unfortunately, we're not able to find one. But, yeah, we're going to manage. I'll be
doing
the
cameraman. Picked up a stats.
That is true. We picked up a stats guy, and that's going to be amazing to have.
That will be huge.
We haven't had one with Springfield. You know, I think the guy that does their stats is on the field, actually, if I remember hearing that correctly. So, obviously going to be a bit of a disconnect between us and the far sideline in this ball game. We've got our own stat guy here, and you know what? Does a terrific job for the Gwins.
Great job for YSU. Actually, lead stat guy for North Dakota State, helping them show off their 450-plus rushing yards today against Youngstown State. But totally different atmosphere here. Springfield looking to make it to the regional final for the third consecutive year. Tigers, coached by Sean Guerrero. Columbia, coached by Jason Ward. Two great coaches. Guerrero has a great record. Was not able to find the exact wins and losses for Coach Guerrero, but for Coach Ward, he has a record of 112 wins and 59 losses. Springfield will be receiving the ball first. Columbia will be kicking off. The kicker for the Raiders is number 80, Frank Washburn. Washburn, a 5'10", 180-pound junior for this Raiders squad. Columbia coming off a 22-20 victory over Black River. Springfield coming off a 41-13 shellacking of Norwayne and a regional final rematch from last year. Columbia, green jerseys, white pants. Springfield, white jerseys, black pants. I'm excited, Jamie. I don't know about you. I mean, I've been looking forward to this all day long, pretty much all week long.
Hey, man, as soon as we got the victory against Norway and we saw that Columbia was able to come out on top over Black River.
Squeaked by Black River.
They did, and I believe Black River was down 2 scores, ended up coming back and making that one a ball game, if I remember correctly. And Black River, it's a tough team. No, that's a tough team. They played them once in the regular season, so it's always tough to beat a team the second time around. So credit to Columbia, keeping your heads in it. A lot of times, teams just come in too confident, and it's the end of it.
Washburn has the ball ready. He approaches, and he kicks that one deep. Fielding the ball just outside his own end zone for Springfield will be Slike. He has a lot of space across the 30, across the 40. Nick Slike, great return to start the night off tonight. That is what Springfield needed. They've done this all year long. They start the ball with great field position. They attack. They jump on the board early and do not let up. The Tigers with the ball first here tonight. We'll see what Bo Brungard and company do.
Right, and a lot of times it's been, the ineptitude of the opposing special teams and kicking the ball deep. In the conference, they didn't have a lot of guys that were able to boot it down to the 10, 5-yard line, whatever it may be. There, a solid kick, but just a better return. Did a good job clearing holes, not great gap integrity there by Columbia.
Tigers will start 2 men to the bottom. Joyce and Gardner. Snyder joining Bo Brungard in the gun. Springfield starting from their own 43. It's going to be a handoff to Bo Snyder, taking it around the right side, cutting back to the middle of the field, getting across midfield into Columbia territory where he is taken down at the 48-yard line. That will be a gain of 9, setting up 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers.
Seen it there already. Nice little option play. Brungard had the option either give it off or keep it himself. Obviously, you're Columbia. You got to key on the man, the myth, Bo Brungard. Keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
Brungard in the gun.
I guess I'd say force the ball out of his hands. That's the dangerous part of him being the quarterback, is it's in his hands every single play.
Gardner in the slot to the top. Jake Joyce all the way across the field. Snyder joining Brungard in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Bo Brungard. Cuts it back up the middle, gets across the 45. Taken down at the 39-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Springfield first down. Bo, we know how slippery he is as a running back. You pretty much put him out as that last year. You said he's a very slippery runner, slips in and out of tackles. Already shown that tonight.
Good patience as well. Had those two guys pulling out in front of him. Wasn't able to follow him like he would have liked. Did a good job of slamming on the brakes, kind of stopping, looking, hey, where's my gap? Hitting him with that quick speed.
Brungard in the gun. Snyder to his right. Ball on the right hash. It's going to be a handoff to Bo Snyder. Cuts it back towards the middle of the field. Gets across the 35. Taken down at the 33-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6. Setting up 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers from the Columbia 34-yard line.
Keeping that tempo that they love to do, whether it's just getting up to the line of scrimmage and actually running that play or turning, looking at Coach Guerrero, getting the call in from the sideline. They love to get that tempo because it forces you as Columbia. You're like, hey, if they're ready to go at the line, I can't switch guys in and out, whether they call it from the sidelines or not. Because if you get caught in the middle, it's game over.
Gardner in the slot, Joyce to the bottom. Brungard rolling out to his right. Scanning, now he's going to cut back. He's going to keep it himself. Gets across the 30, taken down at the 29-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4. Brungard very close to the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and short for the Tigers.
Might have been a possible miscommunication there. We saw it in the state final last season. He rolls out to the near sideline, takes a look back towards the middle of the field. There was nobody there this time. In that state championship game, he had a man wide open, so I'm thinking there might have been a disconnect between quarterback and receiver.
Tigers now going to have Aaron Groner in the slot at the middle. Joyce to the top, Gardner to the bottom. 3rd down and 1 Springfield from the Columbia 30-yard line. 9 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play.
3rd and short, Romo. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it's just a keeper here for Brungard.
Flag thrown.
Got to delay a game.
And it will be a delay of game on the Tigers. Something that we don't really see very often. Bo always in control of this offense, in control of the game at most times. Let that one get away. Now going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
I mean, you said it best. We don't see a lot of miscues really from the Springfield team in general, let alone Bo Brungard. That's a mistake you cannot afford to make here in the regional semis. But who knows that better than these Springfield Tigers?
Of course. Trips to the top. Don't be surprised if Groner motions back to the line. Joyce to the bottom of your screen. Brungard rolling out to his left. Option play. Going to keep it himself. Gets across the 30-yard line. Across the 25. Taken down at the 21-yard line. Nice run there by Brungard. Gain of 14. Springfield continues to move these chains here tonight.
And, I mean, the way they ran that right there, it's obvious that that's not a new wrinkle to this offense, Ram. We've been seeing it all season long. It's kind of the option look, but a great job by the running back, realizing that, hey, he's got all the space out in the world. Why hang out here when I can get out in front and block?
Shondell Gardner to the bottom. Brungard all alone in the gun.
It's again going to turn and look at Coach Guerrero. Got the empty set going right now.
Play clock down to 5 seconds. Down to 2, down to 1. Brungard just gets the snap off, rolling out to his right, looking for Gardner, going to end up keeping it himself. Lowers his shoulder and gets taken out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6, setting up 2nd down and 4. Springfield doing a great job early on here, getting these little 5-6-yard gains. It's really going to wear this defense down. Springfield been on the field for almost 4 minutes now in this opening possession.
And that's just what the Springfield offense is, right? I mean, we've seen their quick strike ability, but it's not like they're designing plays, hey, I'm not launching this 40 yards down the field. They're just trying to chip away. It's these easy plays that Bo Brungard just is able to take absolute control and break off those 60, 70-yarders.
And we saw this a lot with Hubbard. I mean, you can compare this to Hubbard's offense a lot with T.C. Caffey. The Eagles did a great job of wearing down defenses all year long. Brungard going to option it here. Pitch was to Bo Snyder. He gets bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. This Columbia defense, I don't know if they've seen a quarterback this year like Bo Brungard.
I'm going to guess no. There's not many like him.
But, I mean, they've done a good job tonight so far on this first drive of limiting the big plays. Give Springfield these short gains as they go down the field. Make them mess up. We saw a delay of game already from Springfield. They're just going to have to make Brungard make mistakes, which, like we said earlier on, he does not do very often.
Right, and they're going back once again to that empty set for Bo.
3rd down and 4 from the 14. Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper here for Brungard. Going up the middle, across the 10, taken down at the 8-yard line. Gain of 6 for Brungard. That's going to set up 1st down and goal for Springfield. 6 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play here from Marlington High School. Region 21 regional semifinal. The 2-seed Columbia versus the 3-seeded Springfield Tigers.
And that one was a keep all the way, Romo. Bringing across Gardner in motion. You saw it as soon as Bo took that snap. Gave the old, oh yeah, I'm going to fake it here. Boom, pull right back. A lot of times you kind of bring that veer across. You're reading the end man on the line of scrimmage. He's coming up at me, or am I going to have this guy on the edge? That one's a straight keep.
1st and goal from the 7. Snyder joining Brungard in the backfield. Slyke coming in motion. It's going to be a sweep play to Slyke. Makes one man miss. Tries to cut back. Uses that strength to push himself forward. Gets back. He actually gets a gain of 1. Slyke got down to the 6-yard line. Now 2nd down and goal. Springfield approaching the 6-minute mark remaining here in the first quarter.
And great pursuit right there by Columbia. A good effort by Slyke, but just flying around to the football. Man's coming right across the formation. He's full speed already when he takes that handoff. He just got hit by Brungard up the middle off of that fake.
Watch for Jake Joyce to the bottom of the screen. Snyder joining Brungard in the backfield. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Gardner to the top of the screen. Line gets set. Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Brungard. Gets across the 5. Powers through some tacklers. Taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets up another 3rd down here for Springfield. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Also have to applaud the camera work by Jamie if you're just not tuning in. We usually have a cameraman. We do not tonight, so Jamie's taking over those duties as of right now.
You lay it all out there on the line, man. Got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do.
What would Bo do?
What would Bo do?
Probably do the camera and play quarterback at the same time. Should have put a GoPro on him.
Under 5 minutes remaining now in the first quarter. 3rd and goal for Springfield from the 2. Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Bo Snyder going right up the middle, untouched, into the end zone for the touchdown. Springfield takes more than 7 minutes off of the first quarter clock. They lead Columbia 6-0. Kason Kosek coming on for the extra point attempt. Bo Brungard will be the holder.
Just like that, man. Right down the field, putting points on the board early. Only 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter.
You think about that. Springfield started with the ball past their own 40-yard line, so they won about 60 yards in over 7 minutes. Very methodical drive for the Tigers. Kick is up, and the kick is good from Kason Kosek. 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Your Springfield Tigers lead the Columbia Raiders by a score of 7-0. We'll be right back here on YSN Live.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, proud Springfield alum and owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck, Tigers.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
Welcome back. 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Springfield on top of Columbia by a score of 7-0. Kason Kosek ready to kick it off for the Tigers. Deep to return for Columbia will be number 2, Owen Magee, joined by number 36, Marco Sigliano. Recapping that Springfield drive, it's a 2-yard touchdown run by Bo Snyder to cap off a drive that took 7 minutes and 4 seconds off of the clock. Just like Springfield, Columbia going to have great field position to start their drive from their own 40-yard line. On that last drive, Springfield, or I should say Bo Brungard, 6 carries for 47 yards on that drive.
Man, kid's just so dangerous, and he didn't even finish it. The unselfishness in the red zone. Did a good job of bringing the man across in motion. Kind of saw him flying one way. It was the fake give, turn, inside handoff to the running back. And you could kind of see that based off his alignment. He was a step back, maybe a half step, a little bit more towards the right than what he usually be. Just kind of that setup is where, hey, I'm looking to take this, and I'm heading, boom, right at this tackle.
Flag was thrown down on the field. Looks like it could have been a sideline warning on Columbia. Big game for this program, for this Columbia Raider program. It's their first time first time being in the 3rd round of the playoffs.
First time in the regional semifinal since 2012.
So it's been 9 years. Like we mentioned pregame. Welcome back, Columbia. Like we mentioned pregame, this school system, they really decked out their school with Columbia pride this week. I mean, they were very excited for this matchup with Springfield. Andrew Champagne will start under center. Marco Sirigliano in the backfield. 2 men to the top of the screen. First play going to be a handoff to Sirigliano, and he is driven back. Nice tackle made there for Springfield. Saw Vinny Woods getting in the backfield.
Just absolutely no room to run right there, Romo. Great push by the Springfield defensive line, In the time that we've covered New Middletown, Springfield local, there haven't been a lot of teams that have been able to run the football effectively against these Tigers. Only true one, been Norwayne when they had Amir Cunningham, because Cunningham was a beast, about 6'3", 250 pounds. And, of course, Coldwater. Coldwater had a couple athletes that the state of Ohio has not seen.
That is true. Champagne under center yet again, Sirigliano in the backfield. It's actually going to be a sweep play to Owen Mangy. Mangy trying to break it out the right side. Taken down at the 44-yard line. Bo Snyder in on the tackle.
Hard tackle at that. I mean, Snyder finished that play. Mangy just trying to go a little bit too much sideline to sideline. It was good patience, but the Springfield team, they boast a lot of speed. That team speed, it really sets them apart from the pack. Great job rallying to the football. Now you've got, 3rd down and 6, 3rd and 7. Yeah, you've got a 3rd and 7 up on the board. And this is where Springfield is struggling. It's been the secondary. I don't expect that Columbia is going to have a lot of success running the football. It's going to be the connection between Champagne and their best receiver, Cody Davis, that could keep them in this ballgame.
Davis to the bottom of your screen, standing at 6'3", 170 pounds. Champagne in the gun. Drops back, throws it out to Mangy. Incomplete. Ball was thrown at his feet, cannot be hauled in. Columbia they will actually keep the offense out there.
Well, they're switching it out here a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of guys come off the field.
Cody Davis is listed as the punter, but Champagne is in the backfield. Watch out for a possible little pooch punt.
And Springfield a little bit out of alignment here. You've got Shondell way back looking to receive the punt. They've got them all out of sorts. For Columbia,
watch Davis to the bottom of the screen. And Coach Guerrero will have to call his first timeout. 3:09 remaining in the first quarter. 4th down and 7 for Columbia. We'll see if we can get some score updates real quick from around the valley. Warren JFK on top of St. Paul by a score of 7-0. Looks like that's all we got so far. We'll see if we can get anything else. But 5 local teams in play tonight. We have Springfield, you have JFK, you have South Range, you have Garfield, as well as LeBray.
Right, and all those teams, the favorites in those matchups.
Correct.
Now, outside of Garfield against Kirtland.
So, looking at it, Springfield on top 7-0, LeBray on top of Mogador 7-0, South Range and JFK both on top 7-0 in their matchup. So, Valley School is doing very well so far tonight. No score in the Garfield game so far. 4th down and 7 for Columbia. Champagne in the backfield. Davis to the bottom of the screen. Watch for the pooch punt.
Back. There it is.
And he will drop back. So good job there by the Raiders. And that one's partially blocked by the Tigers. And it will take a nice Columbia roll. but Springfield still will start with the ball on their own 37-yard line. I was saying, though, nice job by the Raiders and Coach Ward forcing Springfield into their first timeout called. Still 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
I mean, it definitely was a good job of getting them to burn a timeout, but when you had all those guys out there on the field, all that miscommunication from Springfield, you got to get up to the line. You got to snap that football right now because you might catch them with 12 men on the line. You might catch him, not getting that blocked punt with nobody back deep to return. I mean, even if he gets that off, it's Bo Brungard back there to return the punt. That's the last guy you want to give the football to.
I mean, we're still in the third quarter, or we're still 3 minutes left in the first quarter, but I think that this is a huge drive for the Columbia defense. This will really dictate how they play in this game. If Springfield gets a quick hitter right here, which we've seen them do a lot, have long sustained drives, and then the defense comes back out onto the field a little bit tired, and then Springfield hits them with one of those quick touchdowns, we'll see how Columbia plays in this possession. 2 men to the top of the screen, Gardner to the bottom. Brungard all alone in the backfield. Watch for Gardner to come into motion. He will. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Bo Brungard. Gets across the 40-yard line, lunges forward to the 42. It's going to be a gain of 5, setting up 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers.
Nice little quick hitter there. We've seen him have a lot of success with that throughout the season. Done it early in this ballgame already. Why not go right back to it, right, Romo?
Of course. Brungard now 7 carries for 52 yards.
See Yelkin in the ballgame, kind of at that tight end spot. Also have, who is that, Datillo in there?
That
Aaron
is
Groner.
Aaron Groner.
I knew it was one of the linebackers. The 5 and the 4, the 4 and the 5 throw me off.
Brungard all alone in the gun. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to fire this one deep. Has Jake Joyce just out of the reach of the intended receiver.
Kind of talked about it last week. We were doing that Hubbard Canfield game with the quarterback, Brock Lowry, one of the best in the area, had trouble finding those receivers open down the field. Weather's starting to get a little cold. Bo Brungard is no stranger to cold weather football. It's a little bit different.
That's what makes this Springfield team so dangerous. I mean, they ran the ball so many times, especially in that first drive, making Columbia kind of sell out on the run a little bit. But right when you do that, Brungard's going to step back, find time, and he can hit those deep shots like he just attempted right there with Jacob Joyce. Spread look now for the Tigers. Gardner to the bottom. Joyce to the top. Brungard dropping back, looking for Joyce, and he hauls it in. Was bobbled and hauled in at the 47-yard line. That's just at the first down marker. Looks like it will be enough, and
Wow.
Springfield will move the chains. It just seems like one of those plays right there. That's one of those playoff experience plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Springfield. That's kind of how it's been these last 2 years, right? Everything has just gone their way. That's another play that just, of course, would come up in the favor of Springfield.
Snyder joining Brungard in the backfield. Joyce all alone to the top. Slike in the slot. Gardner to the bottom.
And just great concentration there by Jake Joyce, right? I mean, how many times is that tipped up in the air?
I mean, that's our biggest matchup we have tonight to the top of the screen. Jake Joyce against Davis. Brungard going to keep it himself, calling out for a lead blocker. He will be pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Going to be a gain of 2, setting up 2nd down and 8 for Springfield. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play.
Ryan, you did a great job of identifying there that, he's coming to this near side. You could see him kind of throw the finger out there and said, hey, get out in front of me. I'm not pitching you the football. I'm keeping it myself. Let's go pick up 5-6 yards.
And Bo Snyder, he's been a great blocker for Brungard this season as well. You look at him just here from the booth. He's a very built kid.
Oh, he's stout. There's no doubt.
Trips to the top. It's going to be a option play. Brungard going to keep it himself, making a couple guys miss. Gets across the 40, lowers his shoulder, taken down at the 33-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 12. Brungard continuing to dominate with his legs like we've seen him do so many times.
All right, just putting that shoulder down and burying through 3 Columbia defenders around the Springfield offense is having their way with the Raiders right now.
Spread look now, Slike in the slot to the bottom. Snyder joining Brungard in the backfield. Dylan Shealy in the slot to the top. We have Jake Joyce, Shondell Gardner at the bottom of your screen.
Shealy, one of those sneaky options. He had a big game 2 weeks ago with Shondell not in the ball game, and sneaky out of the slot, man.
Brungard rolling out to his right, has Gardner. Catches it at the 28-yard line, taken down at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 9. Springfield real close to yet another first down.
Yeah, good pitch, good catch. Shondell putting on the brakes, hauling that one in. And after the catch, you could see him on that near side. And a lot of guys are just going to step out of bounds, take whatever the gain was. But he put the brakes on, man. He tried to make a couple guys miss. He wants to get into the end zone, help this team any way he can.
Joey Sandine in now in the backfield with Bo Brungard. Jake Joyce now to the bottom of the screen. Gardner to the top. Nick Slike in the slot. Sandine to the left of Brungard. 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be a fake pitch. Brungard keeping himself going up the middle, taken down at the 21-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Ball will be set. That will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Springfield on top of Columbia by a score of 7-0 here in the 2 versus 3 matchup in Region 21. When we come back with second quarter action, Springfield looking to add another touchdown onto the board. You're watching high school football, YSN Live.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome. Hi, this is Tommy Clem, proud Springfield alum and owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck, Tigers.
Welcome back to Marlington High School, the site of tonight's Division 6 Region 21 regional final matchup between your Springfield Tigers and the Columbia Raiders. Anthony Romo joined by Jamie Thompson. 1st and 10 Tigers on the 21-yard line of Columbia as we start the second quarter. Springfield 7 first downs in that first quarter to Columbia's 1.
He's done a terrific job of moving the football, Romo. Looks so effective.
Joyce to the bottom of the screen. Quarterback keeper for Bo Brungard running out to the right side. Gets off a tackle. Pushed out of bounds at the 13-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8, setting up 2nd down and 2. Brungard now 97 yards on the ground for Springfield. 80 by Brungard. 11 yards passing for the Tigers.
And just once again right there, Bo breaking the first tackle and getting to the sidelines. A lot of guys step out of bounds, not Brungard. He finishes the play. He's putting a hurting onto the secondary.
Really wears down the defense, and that's what Brungard has done during his whole career here at Springfield. Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Brungard. Actually, a pitch play to Gardner. Stays on his feet across the 10. Pushed out of bounds. Needed 3, got 4. Going to set up a new set of downs for Springfield. 1st and goal now for the Tigers from the Columbia 10.
Shondell, man, what an athlete he is. What an athlete. We watched him during basketball season, man. That kid looked good. He looked impressive. Now, losing a lot of those skill guys from last year, we kind of pegged Shondell as one of the ones that's going to have to step up and fill that role. And I think he brings a level to this offense, even those guys that graduated last year just didn't. I mean, he's so dangerous with the football in his hands.
Only a junior, so he'll be back next year as well. 2 men to the top of the screen. Brungard in the gun. Joey Sandine to his left. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Brungard, going up the middle, letting his blocks assemble. Gets to the 5-yard line. It's going to set up 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Tigers. 11:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Springfield on the doorstep of a 2-possession lead.
And once again, just good patience by Bo, right? Oh, man, back there, take the snap, let the blocks assemble, as you said. kind of finding that hole. It was a little bit of a cutback crease that he hit there. That's just good vision by him, getting what you can.
Great patience that we see from Brungard on almost every play. It's rare that this kid gets rattled.
Right.
Gardner in the slot, Joyce to the top. Snyder to the left of Brungard in the gun. It's going to be another quarterback draw for Bo Brungard. He's going to push forward, get down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal now for the Tigers from the Columbia 2.
Keep knocking on the door here, Springfield, and with the 3 yards away from the goal line. This is 4-down territory. Coach Guerrero is not going to send out Kosick for a field goal here if they were to get stopped. Keeping the offense out there. They're looking to punish them early.
You think about it, Springfield, 8 first downs already in tonight's game, and they've had great starting field position on both drives. So, like I said, methodical approach, methodical drives for Springfield early on here tonight.
Right, credit to Columbia's defense so far and, eliminating those big plays, but still, you got to be able to get off the field 3rd down situations.
Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Brungard going up the middle. He's going to push. He's going to be taken down short at the 1-yard line. Setting up 4th and goal now for the Tigers from the 1. 9:54 remaining in the second quarter.
Good second effort there by Columbia. That man that was getting over the top was kind of able to get on the back of Brungard. And by doing that, bent him forward, kept that football from crossing the line.
We saw last night in the Ursuline-Glenville game, Glenville had 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Ursuline's defense blew through the Glenville offensive line. Got in the backfield. Coach Guerrero going to need some extra time to think this one over. He takes his second timeout of the first half. We'll take a timeout of our own. 9:34 remaining in the second quarter. Springfield, 4th and goal from the Columbia 1-yard line. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-27.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Marlington High School. It'll be 4th and goal for Springfield from the 1-yard line of Columbia. Some score updates from around the Valley. South Range 7, Garraway 0. LeBray 14, Mogador 7. Actually, Garraway just got on the board. They trail 7-6 in the second quarter. JFK on top of St. Paul 14-0. Kirtland on top of Garfield 3-0. Bo Brungard going to be under center here for the first time tonight. Bo Snyder in the backfield.
Yep.
Quarterback sneak.
Yep. False start. Saw it up close and personal there with the shot. That left tackle getting a little bit antsy, trying to move, man. And, now with that 5-yard penalty, this is where you send out the field goal unit. Just a little bit too far. Goodness, there's flies all over this press box.
We have been invaded by flies ever since we got up here tonight.
Well, I am the lord of the flies.
So, Springfield now pushed back. They're just going to send the field goal unit out. Kason Kosek will be on for the field goal attempt. Will be a 22-yard field goal attempt from Kosek.
Good from short yardage all year long. A little bit off center to the left.
Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 9:30 remaining in the second quarter, Springfield now on top of Columbia by a score of 10-0 after the 22-yard field goal by Kason Kosek. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Columbia looking to get something going here on YSN Live.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Second quarter action, Springfield on top of Columbia by a score of 10-0, 9:30 remaining in the second quarter. Kason Kozak coming on for the kickoff. He gave Springfield a 2-possession lead with a 22-yard field goal. 16-play drive for Springfield. Took off 5 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. Sirigliano on the return will get it out to the 25-yard line. Bo Brungard so far tonight, 14 carries, 88 yards for this Springfield offense. He's done a great job.
Methodical, man. Just absolutely methodical and picking their way down the field. So good through those first 2 possessions. Had it on the 1-yard line in a bad miscue, a miscue that we do not see Springfield make all that often. Led to leaving a field goal out there, but you and I, we touched on the break, man. Might have been exactly what this Columbia team needed.
Champaign going to be under center. 9:24 remaining in the second quarter. Sirigliano in the backfield. 2 men to the top. It's going to be a handoff to Sirigliano out the left side. It's going to get out to the 26-yard line, so no gain on the play. Just got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, I take that back. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9, Raiders.
Running that stretch to the far side, came out in that initial formation. Had that kind of a wing set off towards the right, motioned him across, got him set, stretch far side. Not a terrible gain. It's what you're going to have to do against Springfield. You're not going to get a lot of success running in between the tackles. And, oh, my goodness.
Got a huge wind gust. Just blew the ball back, and the refs can't even toss it to each other.
You see that happen when the ball is, sitting on the tee, getting ready for a kickoff. But I could not tell you the last time I've seen it.
It's still blowing
like that
on the turf.
Oh, my goodness.
This wind is blowing. Lucas Datillo was on the tackle there for Springfield. 2nd down and 8 for Columbia. Champaign going to be under center. Davis to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be play action. Champaign rolling out to his right, just out of the reach of number 2, Owen Mangy. 2nd time they've attempted to hook up tonight. 2 passes that were off kilter. 3rd down and long now for Columbia yet again.
I was going to say, it's the 2nd time we've seen him put the ball in the air in this ball game. Both haven't been great balls by any means. And, hey, is that the kind of the postseason, the regional semifinal jitters? This team hasn't been here since 2012. It's their very first time in the 3rd round of the postseason. There's a little bit of nervousness that goes to it. Champaign, this is only his 6th offensive snap. 6,
yeah.
Rama. We're what? 4 minutes into the second quarter. He doesn't have too much experience throughout this ballgame. It's key for a quarterback. You've got to be able to kind of feel that groove, get into your rhythm.
3rd and 8 for Columbia from their own 28. Champaign dropping back. Throws it across the middle. Has Mangy. Gets across the 30. Taken down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 3. It's going to be 4th down and 5 for Columbia. Punting unit going to head back out onto the field.
Not bad play design there. Just go ahead, spread them out 5 wide and run that receiver in Mangy back across the middle of the formation. Looking for that little dump off with men out in front of him. If he makes that first guy miss, Rama, there's a lot of green out in front of him. And, hey, at least we've seen Champaign complete a pass. Going to start settling in here a little bit, hopefully.
Cody Davis, the punter. Shondell Gardner deep to return for Springfield. Let's see if the wind plays a factor into this punt. Gardner fields it at his own 37, gets across the 40, cuts back across the right side.
Plethora flags down, Romo.
Flag was thrown down at the 45-yard line.
It looked like possibly a face mask. Seemed like it, yep, there we go. Saw the far official kind of give the signal. Looked like Gardner went down awkwardly. So a good call. And a bad mistake for Columbia. I mean, already Springfield going to get the ball in good field positioning.
Yet again.
Extra 15 yards on top of that. Oh, boy.
Spells trouble. Kirtland on top of Garfield, 9-0. Extra point attempt blocked.
Kirtland starting to find that groove that we've seen him do.
We've seen them do it for 52 games in a row.
My goodness, man. That's so impressive.
So the Tigers yet again will have great field position starting off this third possession. They're going to be across the 50.
Actually, they're going to have to
re-punt it, re-kick.
Had offsetting penalties, Romo. He signaled a block in the back on Columbia and then gave the face mask towards Springfield. There we go. Now he's going to go ahead and switch. Initially, he did say that the block in the back was going to be on Columbia, and I was a little confused. I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
I think that's kind of pointless, right? Like what? But Davis will punt it again.
Caught up in the wind, man.
It's touched by Gardner. He has to dive on that one at the 42. I said before the last punt, will this wind play a factor? It surely did right there.
Just that straight end-over-end punt, Davis, you could see it just the way that he was kicking it up into the air. He's getting it up into that jet stream, and it just takes it, blows it back. And Shondell, I mean, it's tough. He's still a young return man, whether he's done it all season long, maybe last year as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. Returning punts is extremely difficult, Romo, especially in these windy conditions.
Of course. 7:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Springfield taking over from the Columbia 42-yard line. Joyce to the bottom of the screen. Gardner to the top. Slike in the slot. He will come in motion. It's going to be a fake. Brungard rolling out, looking for Jake Joyce. Ends up keeping it himself. Gets across the 50. Taken down at the Columbia 44-yard line. Late flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, signaling for that first down, but we'll have to see what the laundry was. But man, another face mask on this Columbia defense.
It's hard to take Bo down, but don't get too greedy.
I can't grasp him by the face mask, Romo, but hey, a good run by Bo. He's so dangerous, man, and especially when you kind of put him in that rollout situation, right? Because it does a terrific job of keeping that football ready to throw it if he needs to. It's easy to tuck in and run from there as well. Also, a lot of times, you'll see him put it away early. Guys start coming at him, pulls it back up, finds the man over the top.
First down and 10, Tigers from the Columbia 39-yard line. Jake Joyce to the bottom. Shondell Gardner in the slot. Brungard in the backfield. Brungard over 100 yards rushing here in the first half. He's looking, going for the end zone, has Gardner, hauls it in. That's Nick Slike for the touchdown. 39-yard touchdown pass from Bo Brungard. The Tigers now on top by a score of 16-0. Extra point pending from Kason Kosek.
And there it was right there, Romo. Rolling out to the near side now, to his left. We see him kind of put the ball away early, just eyes down the field, pulls it up late, turns, sets his feet, delivers a strike down the middle of the field. And gosh, what a pretty ball it was.
Slike, we know he makes big catches when needed. We saw him with a big touchdown reception in the state championship game last year. Kason Kosek on for the extra point attempt. Brungard the holder. Snap good. Kick is up. Kick is good. 6:52 remaining in the second quarter. Springfield on top of Columbia by a score of 17-0. We'll be right back. Playoff action here on YSN Live.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, proud Springfield alum and owner of WRS Insurance Solutions, reminding you that it is open enrollment for Medicare.
Now through December 7th, those who qualify can visit our local independent agency by calling us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck, Tigers.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
17-0 Springfield on top of Columbia. 6:52 remaining here in the second quarter. Bo Brungard touchdown pass to Nick Slike to put the Tigers up by 3 scores. Kason Kosek now on for the kick. Sirigliano deep to return for Columbia.
Huge possession here for this Columbia offense, Romo. You're down 3 scores already. Springfield, they're not going to stop scoring the football. Andrew Champagne, he's going to have to settle in real quickly on this drive.
Kosek kicks that one deep. We'll take a bounce at the 10, go into the hands of Sirigliano. Gets across the 15, gets across the 20. Still on his feet, pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. On for the tackle for Springfield, number 19, Dante Gentile. That drive, way quicker than the ones we've had past here tonight for Springfield. 2 plays, 58 yards, took 38 seconds off the clock, ended with a 39-yard touchdown pass from Bo Brungard to Nick Slike.
And these last 3 years with the offense being led by Bo, they've quite honestly been one of the best offenses to come through the Mahoning Valley. Honestly, in recent memory, no doubt, but possibly the history of the Valley.
Handoff here for Columbia on their first play of this drive. Sirigliano taken down at the 37-yard line.
Hey, that's their biggest gain in the ball game so far in that 3-yard carry, and kind of get a little bit of fancy with it, pulling them back in motion behind the guy that was set in the single back set, so kind of turned into like a deep I formation with that motion. Already had him going, getting a little bit of momentum towards on the line of scrimmage. Legs already churning, but only for a gain of 3, man. Champaign is going to have to put the ball in the air if they want to stay in this.
Empty set now. Mangy in the slot to the bottom. Davis to the bottom of your screen. Man coming in motion. It's going to be a sweep play. Getting out across the 45-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at the Springfield 49-yard line will be number 38, Brian Jones. So, this Columbia team, we've seen them have to really expand their playbook out here tonight. It's usually just a very steep load for Sirigliano, some passes out to Mangy and Davis. We see the ball get into the hands of Jones right there. So Columbia gets their second first down here tonight, gets across midfield for the first time.
This is kind of the switch that they made in their Black River game, Romo. They struggled a little bit early running the football, transitioned to that 5 wide, spread everybody out, let Champaign work, bring some guys across in motion.
Handoff to Sirigliano. Has a nice gain down to the Springfield 42-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Columbia crowd now starting to get into it for the first time here tonight, trying to push their boys on here. Columbia, almost have to say, this is a must-score drive. They get the ball to start the second half, so 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Coach Ward going to have to be very smart with how he uses time in this drive. Champaign going to be under center. Sirigliano in the backfield. Mangy to the bottom. Davis to his left.
A lot of space that far side.
Handoff to Sirigliano. Taken down at the 40-yard line. Bo Brungard laying the boom at the end of the play.
Coaches on the near side aren't happy about it. The crowd not either, but hey, Bo's going to finish it whether it's offense or defense. Great job there. Now going to be 3rd down and short. Got, 3 yards to go. I'd be surprised if they put him under center once again. Try to give the old turn and give. That was a counter look, bringing across both the guard and the tackle. But it's kind of it's not a quick developing play. It's not a slow one either, but it's kind of on the slower side with the speed of this Springfield defensive line. Did a great job of just getting gaps before guys were able to pull across.
Stack look here for Columbia. It's going to be handoff to Sirigliano. Pushes it out to the left side. Taken down by Bo Brungard in the backfield. Huge stop there for the Springfield defense. Wow. Brungard, pure athlete, gets into the backfield. Columbia, big play here. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Davis will be set back to punt, but I take that back. Champaign will actually stay out on the field.
Just rolling Davis back on. He wasn't out there that last play. 4th down and 2. I don't think you're lining up in the eye here. Now they're going to go with that 5 wide look, put the ball in the air. Got your big receiver towards the far sideline, lined up with the smaller cornerback in Shondell Gardner. I think that's the matchup you're going to want to go ahead and attack here. Of course, timeout called, but I think coming back out, Romo, that's the matchup we're going to have to highlight.
We'll see if we can get some score updates. Kirtland, big interception against Garfield. They're starting to take control of that ball game. See if we can get any other score updates from around the valley. LeBray on top of Mogador, 21-13 with 5 minutes remaining there in the second quarter.
Going back to that play that Bo just made, man, I mean, my goodness, he came screaming downhill. And the play before, Romo, what did I say? I said, wow, that's a lot of space out there to that far sideline. The running back, great job of seeing that. You know, he took the handoff, kind of turned, saw, oh, my goodness, look at this, just massive men out in front of me. Made a nice bounce towards the far sideline. Had a whole lot of room, but the speed of Brungard, getting downhill, making that tackle. I mean, yes, that's right around the line of scrimmage. That's a true open field tackle, man. I mean, those are two guys just going full steam ahead. Great job of bringing that guy down.
The winner of this game will take on the winner of the LaBrea-Mogador game next Saturday night. LaBrea on top of the Mogador team, 21-13. They're in the second quarter.
Mogador football team?
Mogador football team. 3:41 remaining in the second quarter. 4th down and 2 for Columbia. Champaign all alone in the gun.
Watch again to the top of the screen.
It's going to be a keeper for Champaign. He has a lot of space across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Taken down at the 5-yard line by Aaron Groner.
Hey,
huge play there for Champaign. Columbia now with some life. 1st down and goal. 3:34 remaining in the second quarter.
First time we've seen him keep it, if I'm not mistaken, Romo. Might be his second carry. Can't remember for sure off the top of my head. This is a guy that was hurt the last 2 years of his football career. You know, he's a senior now. He's been a great leader. He was a captain since his sophomore season. Kind of been the same story as Bo. The only difference has been he hasn't been available. He hasn't been on the field. This is the biggest game of his football career, Romo.
Empty set here. Champaign all alone in the gun. Man coming in motion. It's going to be a sweep play. Pushing the left side. Close to the end zone. Taken down inside the 5-yard line. Nice job there by this Columbia offense.
Right, trying
Sirigliano on the carry.
Going back to the 5 wide, you know, the open set once again, the switch that they made against Black River once they realized they couldn't run the ball in between the tackles. Going back to it once again against the Springfield Tigers. Doing a good job here. You know, the first or the last play, good job bringing a guy across in motion, fake that handoff, boom, hit him back the other way. Here you actually give it to him. It's a lot of success when you get into this goal-to-go situation. You know, it's so tough to come down and make that tackle because you're not flying from 12. You're at linebacker length. Or depth, I would say.
2nd and goal from the 3. Flag thrown, 2:15 remaining in the second quarter. It's going to be a false start on Columbia, pushing them back to the 8-yard line. The Raiders definitely cannot afford these penalties getting so close to the end zone. We've seen them struggle in big down situations. That run from Champaign was huge, though, for the momentum for this Columbia team.
Right, it finally put some life not only into the crowd, but the sideline as well, the men out there on the field for the Raiders. It's just they kind of been dragging throughout this ball game. Looked a little sluggish, but that was a huge carry, and that's got him back in the ball game, knocking on the door.
Champaign in the gun, joined by Sirigliano. Bad snap! Champaign going to have to chase it down. Tries to pick it up, has to fall on it at the 34-yard line.
Champaign was just not ready for that snap whatsoever, Romo. Was not even looking when the ball was sent back. Hit off the top of that shoulder pad, just went flying backwards. Good job of getting back there and falling on it, because if not, Springfield Tiger would have been able to pick that up. Got nothing but green turf out in front of him.
Loss of 27. Now 3rd and goal from the 35-yard line for Columbia. This is definitely a time where you want to have to just throw it up to Cody Davis, your 6'3" wideout.
Right, I'm not sure what the special team situation is here. We saw the kickoff to start this ball game. It was kicked deep. If you're Springfield, you kind of know that, hey, these dudes have 35 yards to go. We're going to move back, and we're going to give you everything out in front. We're going to bring some pressure from that defensive front and look to get home and make a sack. But the last thing you can afford to do is get beat deep. If they hit you underneath and they were to get into field goal range, you know what? That's fine. I'll give them the 3 points.
This Springfield D-line, watch out for this play. Getting pressure on the QB. You have Marshall Yelkin. You have A.J. Stallsmith. You have Zeke Warsencroft. This Tigers D-line has done wonders, especially here later on in the season, not letting these opposing teams get many yards at all. Springfield, looking at their schedule, first round of the playoffs, 38-0 W versus Western Reserve last week, 41-13 win over Norwayne. But before last week's game, Springfield had not given up a single point in 6 weeks.
Right. I mean, it was absolutely amazing, Romo. I got to watch them go against Western Reserve. They just took it to them, man. They took it to them. They just beat these teams into submission, and a lot of times, going back to it, I talked about the secondary and their struggles, but what's always made up for it, that defensive line, man. We called A.J. Stahl's fifth name so many times last season, getting home to the quarterback, punishing them. Got
third down and goal from the 35. Davis all alone to the bottom. Now, man, Sirigliano coming out into the slot. Just going to let one go. Looking for Davis. Hauls it in. Incomplete, actually. Joey Sandine on the coverage. Davis came down out of bounds. 4th and goal now from the 35.
Looked like the ball might have been dropped. I watched Brungard pick it up off the turf, Romo. Definitely a close play on that far sideline, and that's a far throw to make, no doubt about it, but good job just isolating that matchup. Obviously, you got to go to your big 6'3" guy, right? Every one of the members of the secondary in Springfield is a little bit undersized to go against that type of height.
Big task here for Andrew Champagne. We saw him make one big play on this drive for Columbia. Does he have another one in store? Davis will be to the bottom of the screen. Sirigliano in the slot at the top. Champagne dropping back. Just going to let this one go across the middle. Incomplete. 55 seconds remaining now on the second quarter clock. Columbia will get the ball to start the second half, so we will see if Springfield will look to put some more points on the board.
I mean, 55 seconds, all I'm hearing right now is it's too much time to give Bo Brungard and company. That's way too much time for them, man. They're going to be able to get down the field in a flash like they did on that last drive. It took, 2 plays? 58 seconds or 38 seconds? My apologies. Went 58 yards, but
Columbia finally had some momentum. 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. Snap goes over the head of the quarterback. And you end up with 4th and goal on the 35.
And a miscue you don't see all that often here at the high school ranks. A snap coming back when you were not set for it. A lot of times it can be a bad snap. It'll be low. It can be high, whatever it is. But that crowd noise never really comes into effect. They were down there kind of around the Springfield faithful. And I don't know the venues that they've been playing in all season long. But we know personally, being in New Middletown, they make a ruckus, man. They're always going to be heard.
And talk about how hard that snap was fired back. Wind was blowing in the face of Columbia as well. So I'm sure the wind really kind of helped that ball take a couple extra bounces back, because you think about it. I mean, you're almost towards the end zone. And then the bad snap with a roll takes you all the way back to the 30. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Very unfortunate situation for the Raiders. Springfield now 1st and 10 from their own 35, leading 17-0, under 1 minute to play here in the second quarter.
That last play was 4th and goal from the 35-yard line, trying to take a seam shot. It was double coverage, throwing it on the line. He was going to be still 10 yards short of the end zone. If you're just looking to get some yardage at that point, why don't you punt it?
Empty set here
to the end zone.
Brungard all alone empty backfield for Brungard. That drive for Columbia, 10 plays, 25 yards, took almost 5 minutes off the clock. Nothing to show for it.
No points.
And then another delay of game here for Springfield.
I think they called a false start. Someone must have been moving. But still, another 5
yards back.
That can't afford to happen.
1st and 15 for Springfield from their own 30. 55 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Kind of looking, where's the mismatch right here? And
it's going to be a keeper for Brungard, going up the middle, gets across the 40, has some space across the 50, 45-40, 35-30. Bo Brungard lowers his shoulder into a defender, pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
And what we say, where's the mismatch? It's Bo Brungard versus anybody in the state of Ohio right now. Any team that you roll out there against them. Just doing it himself. Great job. Drop back. Throw the ball up. Quarterback draw. Get those guys moving.
45-yard gain for Brungard.
And in scoring position like that.
44 seconds now remaining in the second quarter. Brungard dropping back. Looking for Gardner. Has him at the sidelines. Pushed out of bounds at the 13. That's going to be a gain of 11. Enough for a Springfield first down. The Tigers on the doorstep of almost a knockout blow here towards the end of the first half.
Great pitch and catch, man. Once again, and that's kind of the play that I was expecting to start this drive off. Was looking across the board. It's 7 to 8 yards of separation at the snap of the football for the Fard receiver Gardner and the man that's guarding him. I mean, that's way too much for him. It's that natural separation that we talk about all the time, and he's doing it once again. Just a whole lot of room out there. That outside backer is going to have to help.
Quarterback keeper here for Brungard. Nice job by Columbia of bottling Brungard up.
Burn one.
Timeout called by Springfield, their last timeout of the first half.
Go back to Shondell real quick, man, and I mean, just that last move that he made, it was a nice catch on the far sideline, but once again, stopping, trying to put the brakes on and force a missed tackle. He kind of looks like Tyreek Hill out there a little bit, man. I'm going to be honest with you, he's that little quickness, you know, he's got good hands as well. He's done a great job running some solid routes, and I personally, I'm going to have to compare him to Tyreek Hill. Obviously, that's a huge comparison, but it's a little Tyreek Hill-esque out there.
Bo Brungard, 17 carries, 145 yards so far here in the first half. And honestly, those numbers may be crazy for almost anyone here, but this is just another night for Bo. Just another day at the office.
You know, and he really hasn't had to do too much on the ground throughout the season because they haven't been in a ball game since week 2. Week 2 against Brookfield was the last time that Springfield was challenged. We talk about it every single year. These guys haven't played anybody in 6, 7, 8 weeks. How are they going to respond if they get punched in the mouth? And they never do. They got punched in the mouth against Norwayne to start last week. And what did they do? They blew them out.
They scored 41 unanswered points. That's what they did. 2nd and 11 at the 14-yard line. 32 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Joyce to the top, Gardner to the bottom. Brungard rolling out, scanning, looking for Gardner. He's just going to throw that one out of bounds. 27 seconds now remaining. 3rd down and 11 Springfield from the Columbia 14-yard line.
Good decision there by Bo. Rolling towards the near side. Had nobody open. Just go ahead and launch it out of bounds. Hey, you got 30 seconds left. But, hey, if you try and do a little bit too much, time's going to keep winding down. You don't have any timeouts left. You know, so if you were to get sacked, just tuck it and run. It's a 2-3 yard game, whatever it may be. Now you're set up at 3rd and 8, and your coaches don't have a lot of time to really think about what play they want to run.
Brungard in the gun, joined by Bo Snyder. Gardner to the bottom, Joyce to the top. Slike in the slot. Brungard dropping back, looking for Joyce in the corner of the end zone. Almost hauled it in with one hand, but incomplete. We'll see what Coach Guerrero decides to do here. Wind will be to the back of Kason Kosek. Field goal unit going to head out.
Kosek 1 for 1 so far on the field goal side of things. And what you can't look past as well is who that holder is. It's Bo Brungard. So if they were to run a fake, that's the perfect time to do it. Not saying they're going to. Not the situation to do it at all when you're already up by 3 scores. It's 17-0 in this ball game.
Always something you got to watch out for, though. 31-yard attempt here from Kosek. Good kick. It's actually to the left. Will be no good. So Columbia holds on. They still trail 17-0. 18 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Just a bad kick there, man. That's a low liner. Not too sure if the laces might have been around. You know, a lot of times when you see kicks like that, the laces were still facing you, so you're not hitting that ideal, you know, the sweet spot of the football. Man, missed opportunity for Springfield, and once again in this ball game, another miscue for the Tigers. Columbia, just 18.6 seconds. Looks like they're going to kneel it and go to half, and I can't argue with them.
Yeah, the Raiders will get the ball to start the second half. Big mountain to climb for Coach Ward and company. I'm sure he'll make some great fixes in the locker room.
Yeah,
Columbia gonna have to come out, fix their mistakes, and have a great first possession to start the second half.
Right, you're going to need some big halftime adjustments, and have we kind of seen all that we are going to see in switching to that 5-wide set? That's something that they did, like we said again, in that game against Black River. So now we'll take a look at Springfield. They'll walk up and walk it towards the locker room, but what are you going to be able to do, right? What's the adjustment that's going to be made if you're Columbia that's going to keep you in this ball game? You're coming in to the locker room down by 3 scores. Very well could have been 4. Solid hold to end the half, Roma.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, you will be watching the Springfield Tiger Marching Band here on YSN Live.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-res futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Especially on this opening number, build me up better. Hey, baby! We want to know if you'll sing this next song with us.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beer starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Hi, this is Tom Clem from WRS Wealth Advisors and proud Springfield alumni, class of 97.
With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com.
Good luck, Tigers.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. We don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with medical. My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99. And $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable. We are close. You call it hometown. We call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
Hi, this is Tom Clem from WRS Wealth Advisors and proud Springfield alumni, class of '97.
With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealth.com.
Good luck, Tigers.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffets.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable. We are close. You call it hometown. We call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Well, I got into the car business because of the downturn in the housing industry. And to help someone who is like down and they think they can't do it, and to get them a vehicle and to see the happiness in their face, it's really rewarding to me. I'm not here to sell them. I'm not here to, talk them into buying a car. I'm basically here to help them buy a car and to make sure that they're comfortable with their purchase. Hi, I'm Dan Naples, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Tom Clem from WRS Wealth Advisors and proud Springfield alumni, class of 97.
With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com.
Good luck, Tigers.
The following is a presentation of YSN, your sports network.
Welcome back to Marlington High School, the site of tonight's Region 21 regional semifinal matchup between your Springfield Tigers and the Columbia Raiders. Give you some score updates from around the Valley. Mogador on top of LeBray 27-21. JFK on top of St. Paul by a score of 21-0. South Range on top of Garaway 7-6, that game in the third quarter. And Kirtland on top of Garfield by a score of 15-0.
Garaway driving as well.
We just saw some penalties from South Range did keep the Garaway drive alive, but we'll give you some first half stats from tonight's matchup here as the teams head back out to the field. First half was dominated by South Range. 222 total yards for Springfield, to the 36 yards for Columbia. 13 minutes, 49 seconds, time of possession for Springfield, 10 minutes, 11 seconds for Columbia. Bo Brungard, 17 carries, 145 yards, also 5 of 8 through the air for 61. For Columbia, Andrew Champagne, just 1 of 4 for 2 yards through the air, but Marco Sirigliano, 7 carries for 26 yards. Kason Kosek ready to kick the ball deep and start here in the second half. Boots that one deep. It is fielded by Sirigliano at his own 6-yard line. Gets across the 15. Taken down at the 18-yard line. Nice open field tackle there by the Tigers. That was number 44, Vinny Woods, on the tackle for Springfield. Columbia, they had a great chance closing out the second quarter. Had second and goal from the 3-yard line. Bat snap one over the head of Champagne. Didn't end up getting jumped on until the 35-yard line.
Some real highs and lows, right? They were able to get all the way down to the Springfield 2, had a bat snap. And then to start the next Springfield drive, it's Bo Brungard for a 50-yard gain, but then they're able to hold them in their own red zone, force a missed kick, and once again, another low. False start to start it off here.
All 4 refs threw their flag.
Everybody saw that one, huh, Romo?
False start against Columbia. Not the way that Coach Woods or Coach Ward wanted this second half to start for the Raiders. It's going to push them back now. 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Spread look here. Champagne dropping back. Just going to be a quarterback keeper. Gets across the 20. I'll tell you what, Champagne, he does have some speed once he gets out into the open field. Gets the ball out to the 23-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8, setting up 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders.
I mean, there's no doubt, kind of highlighted him here with the camera on the near sideline to start this second half. If Columbia wants to stay in it, they want to get back into this ball game, it's going to be on the shoulders of Andrew Champagne. 1 for 4, that's just not good enough. It's not good enough. He's going to have to be able to complete some passes throughout this second half. They want to get back into the ball game and have a chance at winning this thing.
2nd down and 7, 11:15 remaining in the third quarter. Champagne all alone in the gun. Mangy coming in motion. It's going to be a sweep play to him. He's going to be taken down at the 24-yard line No gain on the play. Mangy stretched the field out, tried to find the sideline, just could not get there. Springfield doing a great job keeping the ball in front, not letting Mangy get upfield.
All right, once again, hats to the football, right? We saw the first guy there able to secure the tackle, then coming over the top. Believe that was Groner finishing it, just driving him into the dirt. Got third down and, rather manageable, Romo. It's, 4 yards to go.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Or
top of the screen, Davis versus Gardner. I think that's where I'm going to have to go.
Champagne dropping back, looking, has Mangy. Cuts back towards the middle of the field, gets across the 30. That's enough for a Columbia first down. The Raiders putting a little drive together here to start the second half. They need points, and they need them on this drive.
There's no doubt about it. You're down 3 possessions right now to one of the highest-scoring offenses in the state of Ohio. Throughout these past 3 seasons, Romo, you're going to have to find some success, and you got to find it here early.
So, new set of downs for the Raiders. 10 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Empty set, Champagne all alone in the gun. Sirigliano coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Champagne going up the middle. Spins out of the tackle, taken down at the 36-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. Yelkin tried to wrap up Champagne. He spun out of it. Got an extra few yards for Columbia.
We saw Sirigliano come across in motion on that time, but with this 5 wide kind of look, a lot of times when you throw these bubble screens, it's to a slot guy. It's not to your best running back on the field. You've got the 5 wide, and when he's to this far side on just the 2 side of the stack, he's got a lot of room in between him and the outside linebacker, one-on-one in the open field. That's a shot I'm willing to take.
Quarterback keeper for Champagne gets across the 40, has some space, wrapped up and thrown down at the 41-yard line. Another nice tackle made there for Springfield. That was Groner on the tackle.
Yelkin looking to the sideline with kind of his palms to the sky, just wondering, hey, when am I going to get that call? I think he thought he was held.
Ball on the 43-yard line for Columbia. First down and 10, Raiders. Wind
back under
blowing.
center.
Champagne under center. Sirigliano in the backfield. It's going to be a play action. Champagne rolling out to his right. Evades Yelkin. Throws it back towards the middle. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Davis. Champagne very lucky that pass was not intercepted.
In and out of the hands of really 2 receivers there, kind of a little too close to each other. Either unable to come up with that catch run. It would have been a huge gain. But an interesting call at that, You saw to kind of start this drive. It's been the empty sets, spreading them out, letting Champagne work, putting them back under center, though.
Second down and 10 now, 8:37 remaining in the third quarter. Andrew Champagne all alone in the gun. Davis to the bottom. Sirigliano coming in motion. It's going to be a sweet play to Sirigliano. Taken down at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2, setting up 3rd down and 8 for Columbia. Big play here for the Raiders. Can this Springfield defense get off the field?
Really all you're looking to do, obviously you want to pick up the first down, but get to a 4th and 4 or 4th and 3. You're probably going to keep the offense out here already down 3 scores. This is kind of the part of the field where it becomes almost 4-down territory. But, of course, all depends on this 3rd down.
Trips to the bottom, 2 men to the top. Champagne in the gun. He's going to drop back, looking. Springfield defensive line coming towards him. Evades Yelkin yet again. Scanning, still looking. Throws that one back. Almost hauled in by Eli Goodman, but goes in and out of the hands.
And it needed to be hauled in, right? That's a tremendously athletic play by Andrew Champagne, keeping that play alive. He had 4 Tigers chasing after him. He looked like a gazelle out there, but this time the gazelle actually won.
Yeah. Marshall Yelkin yet again, so close to a sack, just cannot quite wrap up the quarterback. 4th down and 7. Davis will be set deep to punt for Columbia. 7:50 remaining in the third quarter. Shondell Gardner deep to return for Springfield. Oh, that was almost blocked. That will bounce out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Definitely Springfield's worst starting field position today. Great punt there by Davis. But the Tigers, this is almost right where you want them. Up 17-0. You have the ability. You've already shown tonight that you can move the ball methodically down the field and take a bunch of time off that clock. But we've also seen a 2-play drive, a quick hitter for Springfield. So they've done a little bit of everything here tonight. They'll take over at their own 22. 7:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Bo Brungard, 17 carries in that first half for 145 yards, looking to add to it on this drive.
You know, for Columbia, that last offensive drive, it was a good start, right? They came out, moved the chains a couple of times, got around midfield, and then the wheels just kind of fell off. Couple miscues, some drop passes. It's a good start, but you need to stop here on the defensive side.
Handoff here to Bo Snyder. Nice spin move. Gets across the 30-yard line, still on his feet. Taken down at the 35. It's a gain of 14. Springfield picking up right where they left off in the first half. The Tigers with a new set of downs already.
Great job, like you said, and that spin move getting back towards the middle of the field. Romo keeping those legs churning. I mean, just was not going down easily. I saw him throw one man off him. Took another to swing him down to the ground to finally take him down, but great carry by him, and now once again, I've already seen Bo really throughout that first quarter just letting the play clock wind all the way down. It's already at 8 right now.
Brungard in the gun. Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Brungard. Going to run out to the left side. Has a lot of green grass. Gets across the 50. Cuts back towards the middle of the field. Taken down at the Columbia 40-yard line. Bo Brungard with a gain of 25 on that play. Springfield, just 2 plays. They gain a lot of that yardage back. 6:52 remaining here in the third quarter.
Great carry one more time by Bo Brungard. You just become so accustomed to seeing it. So those one-on-one situations. As soon as he pulled it there, Romo, he looked dead to rights. Looked absolutely dead to rights. The DN screaming down on him, but that little hesitation, kind of the hop step, the quick jab, hit to the outside, nothing but room.
Gardner to the bottom, Joyce to the top, Slike in the slot. Shondell Gardner coming in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Bo Brungard. It's going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. No gain on the play. Nice job by the Columbia defense of identifying where the ball was and getting to it.
Right, that's a keep all the way, right? It was once again, it was kind of saw him just stick the ball out. Knew he was never really planning on giving it to Gardner. And the guy's pulling back across the formation. Just good job by the D-line, really getting home.
Kirtland on top of Garfield by a score of 18-0 in the third quarter in that one.
Got Garraway out in front of South Range as well.
Trips to the top of the screen. Brungard in the gun. Joyce to the bottom. It's going to be a speed option look. Brungard going to keep it himself. Has a lot of space across the 25. Hurdles a man. Gets his feet clipped. Taken down at the 22-yard line. 18-yard gain for Brungard. Closing in on the 200-yard rushing mark here tonight.
Right there.
5:34 remaining in the third quarter.
Right there, that speed option look, Romo just had Brungard along with, a Slike with him in the backfield, correct?
It was Bo Snyder.
It was Bo Snyder, my apologies. But going towards that far sideline, we see the man coming down. He's the pitch guy. You've got to take either Brungard or you got to take Snyder. Obvious option here. You got to get the ball out of the hands of Bo Brungard. He tried to play it in the middle. You just can't do that. You got to force the ball out of Brungard's hands.
Brungard at 188 rushing yards tonight. It's going to be a handoff here to Bo Snyder. Gets across the 15, stiff arms the man. 10-5, touchdown. I take that back. Pushed out of bounds inside the 10.
Tried to tightrope it down that far sideline, Roman. From here, it looked good, but the far official saw something that we did not. Definitely would have been a highlight reel play.
Very tricky angle that we have when the ball's on that other side of the field. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. First down and goal, Springfield from the Columbia 8-yard line. The Tigers very close to extending this lead out to 4 possessions.
Just looking to pour it on now, Romo. Put them away early in the second half.
Joyce and Gardner to the bottom. Handoff to quarterback keeper for Brungard. Trying to cut back. Columbia defense smothering him down at the 5-yard line. Gain of 3 for Brungard on the run. Now 191 rushing yards for Bo Brungard.
Good pursuit there by Columbia. A whole lot of times you will see these defenders kind of over-pursue Bo. It's because how fast he is. You've seen him catch the edge already multiple times on this Raiders defense, so you just kind of start to sell out. And when you do that, you leave those cutbacks, those little gaps for Brungard, and he crushes you with them every time.
End of the third quarter, Garraway on top of South Range, 12-7 in that matchup. Brungard joined by Snyder in the gun. Gardner to the bottom, now coming in motion. It's going to be quarterback keeper for Bo Brungard, going right up the middle, untouched, into the end zone. Bo Brungard extends the lead out to 23-0. 4 minutes, 7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Case and Kosek on for the extra point attempt. Brungard, he's really done it all tonight, as we say every week.
Let's see, he's played probably how many high school games at this point? 15 the first 2 years, so that's 30. Oh, and you know what? Did they go a full 15? I don't think they did.
No,
it was 12, right?
12,
so 27, 39, 40. It's his 40th game, I want to say, in his high school career. I want you to show me, go back, watch one game, one single game. If somebody can find me a single game in which Bo Brungard has not been the best player on the field, I'd like to see it. Good luck. Good luck with that. It's a good test.
Springfield on top, 24-0. We'll be right back with more third quarter action here on YSN Live.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful.
Springfield on top of Columbia, 24-0. 7-play, 80-yard drive for the Tigers. Took 3 minutes, 35 seconds off of the clock. Bo Brungard, 5-yard touchdown run, capping the drive off. Sirigliano will field this kick inside his own 10-yard line. Will take it out across the 20. And he is taken down at the 24-yard line. Spun down by number 11, Sean Guerrero. Brungard, 22 carries, 196 yards on the ground tonight. Definitely another night where the YSU commit has made a statement and really put the Springfield team on his back. 4:01 remaining now in the third quarter. Columbia, from here on out, they need quick scores and stops.
We just need a single stop here at this point, Romo. Just really the only time we've seen Springfield be stopped is when they stop themselves.
Handoff to Sirigliano. Gets it out to the 25. That's going to be a gain of 2, setting up 2nd down and 8. The only game that Columbia did lose this year, they lost 34-24 against Keystone, a very good Keystone team. But they got points on the board. It was a back-and-forth battle. This game, I mean, they've struggled to get many first downs. They had their opportunity at the Springfield 2-yard line and just couldn't convert.
And I think that's a moment in this ballgame that we're going to go back to and definitely give a lot more credit than what we have at this point. I mean, that was the one chance for Columbia to get some points on the board, get some things going.
Pass was attempted for Owen. Mangy could not haul that one in. That's the 3rd or 4th time tonight he has dropped a Champagne pass. Champagne has to be getting frustrated there in the backfield.
You know, that's a ball that should be caught, Romo, but, you know, I think Champagne, if he's the leader that we've kind of been led to believe that he is, and I've seen absolutely nothing that has shown me otherwise, he's carried himself very well throughout this ball game tonight, but he's not thinking that, hey, can somebody catch this ball? He's thinking, hey, if I put that on his chest, that's a catch.
5-wide look here, trips to the bottom of the screen. Champagne dropping back, scanning, throwing across the middle. Has Davis across the 45, 50, has some space across the 40, 35, 30, pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. The biggest play of the night for Columbia. Has them in great position yet again. Can they capitalize?
And there it is. There it is. The last ball we saw was a little bit overthrown. Mangy wasn't able to come up with it. But Champagne delivering a strike over the middle to his favorite receiver in Davis. Nice catch and run. And for a 6'3" guy, usually they're not the guys that are going to get the old catch and run yards, the rack ability. We saw it there from Davis.
Jake Joyce with the touchdown saving tackle for Springfield.
Right, great pursuit.
Empty set yet again. Sirigliano in the slot. Watch for him to come into motion. He does. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Champagne. Has a lot of space. Gets across the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Andrew Champagne diving into the end zone. He gets that one in from 22 yards out. Almost the same exact read that he made earlier in this ball game. But I'm sure he was saying right there, hey, I got to do everything that I can to get this ball into the end zone.
Will not be denied. And Romo, looks like they're sending the extra point unit out there. You're down 3 scores right now. If you go ahead and just keep going for 2, I mean, obviously it's a tall task to ask, your team to go for 2 and get it all 3 times. But, I mean, personally, I'm sending the offense out there.
Washburn on for the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:59 remaining in the third quarter of play. Columbia gets on the board. They trail Springfield by a score of 24-7. We'll be right back. You're watching third quarter action here on YSN Live.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
$2:59 remaining in the third quarter. Springfield on top of Columbia by a score of 24-7. 5-play, 77-yard drive for Columbia. Got them on the board. Just took a minute and 2 seconds off of the clock. Andrew Champagne, 22-yard touchdown run. He now has 5 carries for 73 yards on the game.
And this
you were talking about him being a leader, and he's really shown right now.
This is the Champagne we were expecting to see. Romo, you and I were talking about it coming into this game. We're kind of looking for a Nate Biscay versus Bo Brungard-like battle here. Just 2 good quarterbacks going back and forth. And Champagne, he struggled. He struggled through the first half. Let's call it what it was. We saw a good drive to end the half in which they should have punched it in, but we saw a miscue. Champagne, though, terrific job right there, orchestrating a drive after a mistake as well. It was an overthrow. How did he respond? A nice throw over the middle to Davis. Davis picks up some yards for himself, then a nice keeper, 22 yards out. Columbia, you're back into the ball game, but why don't you go for 2 there? Why don't you go for 2? You're still down by 3 scores, Romo. You keep the offense out there. You go for that 2-point conversion. You pick it up. It's a 2-score ball game.
Now you have to get a few big stops here, though.
Right. It's just one more stop that you're going to have to get against the Springfield offense.
It's going to be a sweep play to Nick Slike here on the first play of the drive. Flag thrown in. This one may be coming back for holding. 2:52 remaining in the third quarter here from Marlington High School. The site of tonight's Region 21 regional semifinal game between the 2-seeded Columbia Raiders and the 3-seeded Springfield Tigers. Anthony Romo joined by Jamie Thompson for tonight's call.
A hold going to bring the Springfield offense back, and that's a big one. That is a big one. Springfield has only stopped themselves. It was the missed field goal, and they didn't put points up on the board. Now a holding call to start the drive. Obviously, this offense is more than capable of working from behind the sticks. These are mistakes that Columbia has to take advantage of now.
Springfield at their own 28-yard line. It's going to be a quarterback draw for Brungard, trying to make some space. Ball's on the ground.
Looks like Bo got back on it, Romo, but
Bo
that
did
ball
jump back on it.
was definitely on the ground, and it would have been a bad miscue. All momentum would have been firmly in the hands of Columbia. I mean, that score goes a long way, but you get a score, you get a turnover deep in Springfield territory. Wow.
2nd and 17 now. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Trips to the top. Joyce all alone to the bottom. Bo Snyder will be to the left of Brungard in the gun.
You know, Bo definitely kicking himself right now for putting the ball on the ground. If you're Columbia, you cannot expect Brungard to do that again.
Coach Guerrero will take a timeout. Give some score updates from around the valley. Garfield gets on the board, 36-yard touchdown pass. They trailed Kirtland 18-7 with 10:21 left in the fourth quarter. Definitely a good game out there in that one. South Range also on top of Garaway by a score of 15-13. A lot of great games that we've had tonight in the valley. See if we can get an update on this LeBray game as well. They trail Mogador 35-28. Actually, they just tie it up at 35 late in the third quarter.
Any indication on who? Was it Stevens?
I cannot confirm.
Okay.
But
it's definitely Stevens or Carter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Mogador was up 35-21, so LeBray fighting their way back into that ball game. That game at Bo Ryan Stadium.
And that's no surprise, right? We saw the same thing last year with that LeBray and Brookfield game. It was a back-and-forth slugfest. This one, though, a little bit surprising to me. I don't think Mogador is not the type of team that they have been in the past, but proving me wrong against a good LeBray team.
2nd down and 17 for Springfield from their own 30-yard line. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. Bo Brungard going to drop back here looking for Jacob Joyce. Incomplete. Davis was on the pass coverage. Now setting up a 3rd down and 17, but we've seen this a few times with Springfield. They're back in these deep 3rd down and longs, and then Brungard delivers one of those backbreaker plays. We'll see what he can do here. On his own 30-yard line, leading by 17 points. Big play here for the Tigers. Do not want to give the ball back to Columbia. At least move the ball up the field so Joyce could possibly pin Columbia deep. 3rd and 17 from their own 30. Brungard rolling out to his right. He's going to keep it here. Has a lot of space. Gets across the 40. Cuts back across the 50. Bo Brungard still on his feet. Taken down at the Columbia 35-yard line. Jamie, what did I say?
That's the backbreaker right there, Romo. 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. And you allow him to get the sideline on you. He was one-on-one with a guy who was 6'6" and 275 pounds. That was the only person around him. You know, I don't know his 40 time, but I can tell you it's probably not Bo's. 234 yards now on the ground for Bo Brungard. That's a stop you need to have. We talked first half, unable to get off the field on 3rd down. Columbia, once again.
They needed it.
To say the least.
Brungard in the gun. Slight coming in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Bo Snyder. Gets across the 30, taken down at the 27-yard line.
You know, I don't know if you saw it, Romo, but when he was carrying along that far sideline, Brungard, the ball popped out of his hands. The ball popped up out of his hands. He was running so hard, he lost the grip, bobbled it in midair, was able to come back up with it, tuck it away once more. Must be getting a little slick out there. We know it's cold. A little precipitation.
Just a score update from the college ranks. I was just checking my phone. Youngstown State over Southeast Missouri tonight, 97-79. The Penguins put up 60 second-half points in that ball game.
Big one for YSU.
Brungard under center. It's going to be a toss play to Bo Snyder. Finds the sideline, 20, 15, 10, pushed out of bounds. It's going to set up a 1st down for Springfield. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Tigers one touchdown away from really giving themselves a big cushion that Columbia is really going to struggle to fight out of.
No doubt. I mean, are still at 3 scores right now, but a chance to extend it back out to that 24-point lead. Just wearing away at this Columbia defense. I mean, they look tired, Romo. They do. They look tired.
Play clock down to 15. Clock stops as Snyder was pushed out of bounds. Brungard under center. Snyder in the backfield. Woods the fullback. It's going to be a handoff to Vinny Woods.
Flags come flying in.
And he will be driven back by the Columbia defense. Springfield faithful not happy, but Columbia just playing through the whistle there.
Yeah, not happy whatsoever. And almost something I really haven't kind of given too much credit to is just Springfield. This offensive front, they're just so much bigger than this Columbia unit. I mean, outside of the 6'6" absolute monster for Columbia, they're just bigger, and they are moving bodies around.
But what do we see? Another face mask penalty on Columbia.
Third of this ball game.
It's going to set up first down and goal for Springfield. Jake Joyce to the top of the screen. Gardner will be in the slot. Clock ticking, 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Brungard in the shotgun. Snyder to his right. It's going to be a handoff here to Bo Snyder. Stays on his feet. 5, touchdown, Bo Snyder. Springfield extends the lead just before the end of the third quarter. They now lead 30-7 over Columbia. The Tigers, a dominating performance here tonight at Marlington.
Right, I mean, close games all across the valley for us. Besides this one, Springfield has come into this ball game, delivered a message to start it early, and have just continued to impress. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. If you're going to keep up with Springfield, you're going to have to be a damn good football team because these guys, they never play down. They never play down.
Never. Kason Kosek on for the extra point attempt. And the kick is up.
Wide right.
Wide right.
Rough
30-7
tonight.
Yeah, rough game so far for the freshman. Springfield leads 30-7. 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on YSN Live.
Jimmy Sudman here, director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Well, I got in the car business because of the downturn in the housing industry. And to help someone who is like down and they think they can't do it, and to get them a vehicle and to see the happiness in their face, it's really rewarding to me. I'm not here to sell them.
4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Kason Kosek's squib kick will be fielded at the 20-yard line by Mangy. He's going to take it out to the 27-yard line, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We'll take another break when we come back. Fourth quarter action here. Region 21 semifinal.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you.
Start of the fourth quarter, Columbia. Steep hill to climb. Andrew Champagne in the gun. It's going to be a handoff to Sirigliana. Sirigliano on the carry. Gets a gain of 5, setting up second down and 5 now for Columbia. That last drive for Springfield, Jamie, 8 plays, 73 yards, took just under 3 minutes off the clock. Bo Brungard tonight, 23 carries for 234 yards. Bo Snyder, 8 carries for 73.
Wow.
Two-headed monster.
No doubt, man. The
Bo. We have to think of a nickname for that. Champagne going to throw this one deep, looking for Mangy. Hauls it in at the 35-yard line. Joey Sandine was on the coverage for Springfield. Columbia now stringing together some big plays. They need a quick touchdown here combined with a quick stop.
Yeah, pretty decent ball there from Champagne. A little bit underthrown, like to get it out in front of him. Mangy had a little bit of separation between him and the defender in Sandine. If it's more out in front of him, he's able to run underneath it, and boom, that's a touchdown. But a good enough ball, good adjustment, able to haul that one in. It's a big gain. Columbia got to be able to finish off drives, however.
Champagne all alone in the gun. Davis to the bottom, guarded by Shondell Gardner. Sirigliano coming in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Champagne. It's going to be taken down at the 31-yard line. That was Aaron Groner on the tackle for Springfield.
You know what I think we've really seen and why I think a matchup with LeBron and Stevens could be so interesting for the Springfield team is throughout the season. The only times they've kind of struggled has been a very athletic dual-threat quarterback. Skurpak did it. Pulowski did it. We're seeing Champagne do it tonight. What can Stevens do against this Springfield defense? But of course, on the other side, what can LeBray defense do to Bo Brungard?
I mean, they've given up 35 points to Mogador tonight. So, 5 wide look here, trips to the top. Champagne dropping back, gets drilled, throws that one deep, looking for Mangy, holds it in, touchdown Columbia! 30-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Champagne to Owen Mangy. Beautiful pass by Champagne while he was getting drilled. Columbia not out of this one just yet. Extra point pending. Looking to make this one a 2-score ball game. 9:59 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And I mean the poise by Andrew Champagne to stand in there knowing that he's about to get leveled and just deliver a perfect ball over the top to his man Mangy. I mean, yeah, this kid's going to go down in Columbia folklore. He's going to be a guy that they tell tales about for years to come. Even though it's going to take a lot to overcome, they
don't have the right personnel out. Columbia does not have the right personnel out. They're going to have to take a false start. Oh, kick is blocked. I was going to say they're going to have to take a delay game. Coach Ward not happy about that one at all. Throws his sheet on the ground.
Wow.
So that one stays a 3-score game now. That is crucial.
Yelling at Dom Governale, one of his seniors. Not too sure what the problem was there, Roma, but might have been missing a guy. I mean, that's my guess, right? I'd have been missing somebody on that front wall.
Yeah, and Springfield took advantage of it.
No doubt.
Columbia did not want to take the delay of game. Snapped it. Springfield went right through the open gap and blocked the extra point.
And, I mean, if you are, Columbia there, it's kind of at the point where I would take it. I would be more than happy to go ahead and take that penalty. It's an extra 5 yards back, but, hey, I know my kicker's got good enough leg that he can make it from that far out. Man, I mean, that's a bad miscue because, once again, we're at a 3-score ball game. Caden Kosick missed his last extra point. This was the chance. All they had to do was put one through the uprights. It's a 2-score ball game. We're 16 points apart, but another miscue. Another miscue for Columbia. It's been a game of miscues.
Going to come back to haunt him in the end for sure. 4-play, 72-yard drive for the Raiders, ending off with a touchdown pass from Andrew Champagne to Owen Mangy. Onside kick will be fielded by the Tigers at their own 47-yard line.
great job playing that one. I mean, not too sure who came up with it. Looked like it was number 20, Romo. Kind of dropped down to his knees. Of course, that's dangerous to do. If that takes a hop up over your head, you're just absolutely dead in the rights. But funneled it down to his chest, kind of smothered it with the ground, staying on top of it, cover it up. Just got to hold on to it as tight as you can, kind of get down on the ground, lay face down. Hopefully your teammates are going to come and cover you up before you get leveled.
Bo Brungard heading back out onto the field. 9:57 remaining in the first quarter. Springfield first down on their own 47-yard line. Brungard in the gun. Flags thrown. Will be a false start on the Tigers. So we've seen a good amount tonight. Springfield, a lot of these unneeded errors that they've been doing to themselves. Thank goodness that you have Bo Brungard as your quarterback, and he can take you out of a lot of bad situations. But the Tigers, definitely something that they're going to have to polish up on heading into the regional final next week. Coach Guerrero, I'm sure not 100% pleased with tonight's performance.
No doubt. I mean, they've left a lot out there. You know, the missed field goal, as well as taking that first field goal when it was 7-0, just going up 10-0, had it 4th down and 1.
Handoff here to Bo Snyder, makes a couple of guys miss. Taken down at the 44-yard line. That's going to, I apologize, the 49. No, the 44-yard line.
What'd you say initially?
I said the 44.
Oh, yes, you're good.
Oh, I apologize. I forgot about the false start. I was still thinking about where the ball was initially placed, and I was wondering how did he get a loss on that play? 2nd down and 14 now.
I mean, definitely
for
just bleeding
Springfield
it out now.
Yeah, definitely just letting this clock bleed. Approaching 9 minutes remaining in the 4th. Brungard going to roll out to his right. It's going to be design quarterback run. Flag thrown, makes a man miss.
Ooh.
Pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but we'll see if this one comes back. Yep, holding on the offense. Coach Guerrero cannot be pleased currently.
Another 10 yards, just setting your team back. Once again, the second one on this drive already, Romo. And boy, Mangy there trying to come and deliver the blow on Brungard, but just running right through the attempted tackle by the defender. Got 9:03 left. I mean, 2nd down. I mean, well behind the sticks now. Got that false start along with this holding call. It's going to be 23 yards to go. Keep the ball in the hands of Brungard. There's no doubt about it. We'll see if they opt to put it in the air. You know, I think that, you know, up by 17, you can still go ahead and kind of take that shot because the clock's not as valuable as it could be.
Man coming in motion is going to be quarterback keeper for Brungard. Nice job by the Columbia defense, limiting a big gain. Brungard gets out to the 38-yard line. It's going to set up 3rd down and 19. We saw Springfield get out of a 3rd down and 17 via the legs of Brungard. We'll see if they can get out of a 3rd and 19 hole.
I mean, we'll kind of highlight it here. Of course, once the play or the clock is starting to wind, got 40 seconds on the play clock, but Springfield consistently throughout this ball game has just been letting it wind down, and especially now into these late quarters. Keep it ticking. Tick, 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 tick. They have now broken the huddle with 12 seconds left. We'll swing on back now. Just 10 seconds left to get the play off. Down to
8
5
minutes now remaining. And Coach Guerrero will call a timeout.
So a little late getting out of the huddle there at the 12. You know, ideally, they've gotten to the line of scrimmage around, you know, the 20-15 mark, but then they still stand there and they wait. They just let that clock wind down, Romo.
Anthony Romo, Jamie Thompson on the call of tonight's regional semifinal matchup between your Springfield Tigers and the Columbia Raiders. The Raiders, the 2 seed here in Region 21, Springfield, the 3 seed, but the Tigers up 30-13 with 7:58 remaining in the 4th quarter. Another big night for Bo Brungard, and we have a final to report. South Range defeats Garraway 15-12. They advance to the regional final where they will take on Kirtland next week. Mogador on top of LeBray 42-35 with 6:59 remaining in that ball game. And Warren JFK on top 35-7 on Norwalk. St. Paul with under 7 minutes remaining in that ball game. So Springfield coming out of the timeout, facing a 3rd down and 19 from their own 43-yard line. We'll see what Bo Brungard can do here.
Again, we will see if they opt to put the ball in the air with that trip set to the far side, and the running back set that way as well. If you're going to, it's going to be a roll out to the left, kind of the option for Bo to either keep it or throw it.
Joyce to the bottom, Snyder to the right of Brungard in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Bo Brungard. Gets across the 40, taken down at the 44-yard line.
It's a big stop for Columbia.
Big stop. 3-possession game, though. Would have been a way different situation if that extra point would have went through. Only being down 2 scores. They'll get the ball with about 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in tonight's ball game if Springfield decides to let this entire play clock run. Jake Joyce will be deep to punt. Tigers 4th down and 12. Leading by 17.
Joyce, of course, will let that play clock wind all the way down. Got it to 10 now. Snyder now going to get him set.
Owen Mangy, the deep man to return for Columbia. High punt from Joyce. Takes a nice Columbia bounce, but Shondell Gardner will stop that ball at the 35-yard line. 7 minutes, 7 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Andrew Champagne, long ways to go, but just needs to continue to put points on the board. The Raiders have aired it out more here in the second half. They've had some success with it. Champagne has showed tonight why Columbia is in this position. He has done great tonight. Columbia in their 13th game of the year.
I mean, no doubt. Champagne in the second half has looked extremely good, delivered some nice balls, and this offensive line just buying him enough time to get the job done.
Sirigliano in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Champagne, trying to push it outside. Taken down in the backfield. I believe that was Nick Slike coming in on the tackle.
It was Slike, and it was interesting positioning, actually, to kind of start that play out there, Romo. Only had one guy to the top, the kind of a quad look to this near side, still in the empty gun.
Flag was thrown.
Slike was still kind of pushed towards that far side as if there was an extra guy in the slot, so he was well wide out there, and the only thing that I could really think of to why he was in that positioning at the snap is he knew that it was going to be some type of outside run, that jet kind of setting himself up already to be outside and just funnel everything back and towards the middle of the field.
The penalty will push Columbia back now, 1st down and 20 from their own 25-yard line. 6:52 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Raiders going to have to air the ball out here. It's a wheel route looking for Mangy. Incomplete. Brungard diving for it. The wind killed that ball in the air. If there was no wind, Bo Brungard picks that pass off.
Yeah, that one was a duck and a half, to say the least. I mean, that one was just wobbly to start. Gets caught up in the wind. You know, you get that nice tight spiral. It's kind of able to just knife through it, but no chance whatsoever right there. And Bo almost had his 3rd turnover 3 weeks in a row. The 3rd straight week with a turnover. There we go.
2nd down and 20, 6:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. Empty set here. Champagne all alone in the gun. Sirigliano coming in motion. He's going to drop back looking for the screen pass. Finds Mangy. Cuts it back towards the middle of the field. Taken down at the 34-yard line. That was A.J. Stallsmith in on the tackle for Springfield.
Pretty well identified there by Springfield. You know, kind of at the jump, just dropping straight back. When you see that, you've got to be thinking, hey, screen, screen, screen. Mangy had a lot of room to kind of start that play off. Did a good job getting off the block. So it was Stallsmith, correct, on that tackle.
That was Lucas Datillo. My apologies.
Well, Datillo from the linebacker spot. That's a great job identifying the play and able to make that tackle.
Approaching the 6-minute mark remaining here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 13, Columbia. Trips to the bottom. That one aired out, incomplete, through the hands of Bo Brungard yet again. Champagne now going to have to make another big play here for Columbia. 4th down and 13 from your own 32-yard line. 5:53 remaining in the 4th quarter.
It looks like they're going to send the punt unit out down 17 with 5:53 remaining. So, I mean, if they do punt this one away, Ramo, you're effectively just waving the white flag right now.
Which is an interesting decision.
Right,
But
first time in the regional semi since 2012. It's your first ever third-round postseason game. And, I mean, yeah, it's a tall task to pick this one up, but got to leave it all out there, right?
this one booted deep by Davis, will be fielded by Shondell Gardner at his own 30. Cuts it back towards the right side. Flag thrown, gets out to the 48-yard line. The Tigers
calling the flag.
Tigers will start at their own 48-yard line.
We had 3 calls for flags there. Ramo being one, the crew next to us singing one, the PA announcer as well. But that one was just the spot where the punt was fielded, so no call there. Good return by Shondell Gardner, getting it out to the 49-yard line, setting the Tigers up once again with good field positioning. 17-point difference, Romo. We've seen them take over 6 minutes to go, just a little over 50 yards. I mean, there's no reason to believe that Springfield can't end this ball game right here, right now on this drive.
Warren JFK defeats Norwalk St. Paul 35-7. They will face Dalton next week in the regional final.
Rematch from last season, correct?
Correct. Brungard in the gun, 5:40 to go, first down and 10. It's going to be a handoff here to Joey Sandine. Has the first down and more down to the Columbia 38-yard line. LeBray ties that ball game up with just over 3 minutes remaining at Bo Ryan Stadium. Kirtland defeats Garfield 25-7. They now achieve their 53rd consecutive win, and the Hornets now in their 13th regional final in 14 years.
My goodness, man. That's pure dominance. There's nothing really else you can say other than that's pure dominance. And for anyone that's been flipping from game to game, we welcome you. But, hey, this would be a good chance to tune into that LeBray game. 42-all, that's the place to be right now. But for the Springfield faithful, we love you. Thanks for being here.
5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 from the Columbia 38-yard line. Bo Brungard in the gun. False start in the slot by Shondell Gardner. And that's going to push the Tigers back 5 yards. The Tigers up 30-13. It's been the Bo Brungard show tonight. Brungard over 240 yards on the ground tonight. LeBray with the ball at their own 37-yard line against Mogador. That game nearing the end of the fourth quarter.
Tell you what, Roma, at the conclusion of this one, we might have to drive over to Bo Ryan Stadium, see if they're in quadruple overtime at that point. If we can
might go to 9
overtimes
overtimes like Penn State, Illinois.
Oh, did they change high school's ruling by any chance? We just
They
go
did
for
not.
2? Good, because that's a stupid rule.
4:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. First down and 15, Springfield. Bo Brungard under center. It's going to be a handoff here to Joey Sandine. Gets across the 40, taken down at the 36-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 7, setting up second down and 8 for the Tigers. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining now in the fourth quarter. Springfield milking the clock away, looking to advance to their third straight regional final, where they would play the winner of the LeBray Mogador shootout at Bo Ryan Stadium in Niles.
You know, in Sandine, that another one of those senior backs in the backfield for the Springfield Tigers. He hasn't got a lot of work through these last couple of weeks. It's kind of been more of the Bo Snyder show back there in the backfield. But when he's gotten the football, he's looked very impressive. He's a good spell back for Snyder. I think he's just got a little bit more speed to him, while Snyder, he's going to run you over and he's going to let you know about it.
Toss play to Bo Snyder around the left side. Gets across the 30-yard line. Shoved out of bounds at the 28.
Stuck Davis straight up before that. I mean, the collision on the far
Sent him
sideline.
in the air.
I mean, he did. He stood him straight up. Fortunately for him, though, Columbia defender was there to finish off the play.
It's enough for a Springfield first down, so the chains will move yet again. The clock will continue to bleed for Springfield. Under 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining now in the fourth quarter. Tigers first down and 10 on the Columbia 28-yard line. Brungard under center yet again. Vinny Woods, the fullback. Bo Snyder, the deep back. It's going to be a handoff to Woods. He's going to get it down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 8 for Woods. I mean, Springfield, even the fullback getting 8-yard gains on fullback dives.
Woods, man, when he's gotten the ball, he's a tough runner, man. I mean, he's just that old school, classic fullback. When you set him in that I formation set, he's just tough to bring down, man. It's kind of like back in middle school football when you're like, hey, you know what, offensive lineman, you want to play some running back? Go ahead, take the ball, do whatever you want.
Under the 3-minute mark remaining now in tonight's ball game. 2nd down and 2 for Springfield from the Columbia 20-yard line. Bo Brungard in the shotgun. Man coming in motion. It's going to be a sweep play to Nick Slyke, taken down at the 11-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1 now for the Tigers. We'll see if they can get another touchdown here before tonight's ball game is complete.
Gotten to the situation here where you're up 3 scores and Brungard has had a heavy workload. Looks like we had a flag down, so they're moving him back, Romo. But regardless, I mean, you're just keeping it out of Bo's hands right now because bar anything crazy, the last thing you want is for your best player to go ahead and, possibly get hurt, whether it's just the littlest nick, a little bruise, a little cut, maybe on the wrist, whatever it is. I mean, you're just looking to avoid it at all costs. You've got to keep him healthy.
2:32 remaining in tonight's ball game. 2nd down for the Tigers. Ball at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for Springfield. Brungard under center. He's going to turn and give to Woods. He's going to try to keep those legs churning, but a nice job by Columbia identifying the ball, taking Woods down at the 21-yard line. No gain on the play. Going to set up 3rd down and short.
Update from Bo Ryan Stadium, LeBray. Punting the ball away, so Mogador will get it back. Looks like it'll be at around their own 20-ish yard line. Game still knotted up at 42.
What a ball game out there at Bo Ryan Stadium.
High-scoring one, too. I mean, that's not really
Could be a high-scoring game next week between whoever Springfield faces.
That's true. I mean, Mogador is not your traditional, shootout football program, but here they are with Leavittsburg.
1:34 remaining now in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 3 for Springfield. It's going to be a turn and give to Bo Snyder, trying to bounce it outside. Nice open field tackle made, though, by Columbia.
Yeah, who else but Andrew Champagne? I mean, a great job, just one-on-one. I mean, just from the pure looks, your average spectator will be like, oh, man, that Champagne just got leveled there. But, hey, he did what he had to do to make the tackle, and that's really all you can ask for from a defender. One-on-one with a bruising back like Bo Snyder, just wrap him up. And I don't care if he buries me into the dirt as long as he's brought down to the ground.
Of course.
That's all that matters.
So now 4th down and 4. Timeout was called on the field. The LeBray Mogador game now going to overtime in Niles. Pretty nice crowd for what it is, but, I mean, this is Division VI. I mean, we know Hubbard played Girard in the regional final at Bo Ryan a few years ago, and that place was sold out.
I mean, it's tough, too, because, like you said, the D6, it's just the smaller towns. And at that, we were kind of at the point in the season where there wasn't a lot going on. It was a Saturday night game still. Weren't too many games going on. So it was kind of the marquee matchup because it was both Hubbard and Girard, 2 teams that are within 20 minutes of Niles. So it's an easy place for everyone to go, hey, you know what? Want to go to the football game? I mean, Canfield played that Friday, and I know a lot of the Canfield kids came over to watch us play that game.
4th down and 4, 1:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. Springfield just a few snaps away from advancing to their 3rd consecutive regional final. They lead 30-13 over Columbia. Brungard in the gun, joined by Bo Snyder. 2 men to the top of the screen. Brungard going to roll out to his left. Looking, has Slyke, finds him. Enough for the 1st down. Gain of 7 on the reception for the Tigers. 1:15 remaining now. Springfield looks like they're about 2 kneel downs away from ending this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, 14 yards to pay dirt here, Romo. You're already ahead by 17. Hasn't truly been any bad blood between these teams throughout this ball game. Not really looking to punch one in, kind of put the exclamation point on this one. I think you just want to run the clock down, take your victory, move on to next week. Clock now under a minute, 50 seconds and rolling. We'll see Brungard head under center with his boys flanked around him. First snap, kneel down. And one more snap away from the end of this ball game. Actually, that's going to spell it, Romo. Only under 40 seconds remaining, so the play clock will not start. Springfield, once again, huge victory.
Another big victory for Springfield. They will advance to their third straight regional final. They await the winner of LeBray and Mogador, who are currently tied up at 42 in overtime. The Tigers come out on top tonight, 30-13. Another great performance from Bo Brungard.
And you know what, Romo, to cut you off real quick, Mike Ackelson talked about it last week in the post-game show. Every single player on the Norwayne team was lined up to dap up Bo Brungard and kind of get their few words in. And we just saw it. The entire defensive unit for this Columbia Raiders team was just having a one-on-one quick conversation with Bo. Probably congratulations, a good luck, possibly a, hey, man, you're one of the best players that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Springfield defeats Columbia tonight by a score of 30-13 for Jamie Thompson. I am Anthony Romo signing off here from Marlington High School.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.